you have the gall to do that, and yeah, stones. Intestinal fortitude.
He's not bald, is he?
No, he is. Yes, he should not be bald. That's not. He may be. If you put him up online, I can tell you if it's him. He's about 5'7". He's not very big.
Right.
Any Canadians on the crew? They would know him. I mean, he's kind of a legend with Canada. The Canadian Snack Time Trilogy. Steampunk, that's a good one. That is impressive. I mean, if I said that, people would know I didn't come up with that myself. So it's funny, once we went MLS, they told me to tone it down from what we did when we were in Orlando, when we were in USL the first time. And I obliged. I'm like, oh, this is a professional thing now. We can't be singing, but this is OCB. We can get away with it. A couple times I've let it run. I think Erling Collins scored in 2015. Great googly moogly. Tom nearly threw up on it when he tried to respond to it. I don't know about that. Great googly moogly. I'm not one to contrive it. It kind of just comes out. You know, people will sit there and what's his face for ESPN? He does a really good job. I just think he's contrived. Adrian Healy.
Yeah.
So, like, the first Chicago, and a goal that will be etched in the history of Orlando. I'm like, come on. How you had that ready to go. Oh. Speaking of ready to go. Here they come. How much time we got?
Guys, clear your mics for a second, please. Just seconds to the open. Inside, Mississippi to the open. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your open stop at 6. So we should be in here. Stand by here.
Live from Orlando City Stadium in the city beautiful of Orlando, Florida, it's USL Soccer 2017. Tonight, two teams looking to go above that red playoff line in the Ottawa Fury and Orlando City B. Good evening and welcome everybody alongside Oliver 12 Trees. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thanks so much for joining us here on USL Match Center. A change at the top for the Ottawa Fury. Paul Dalglish steps down yesterday as head coach. That means Julian de Guzman, the most decorated player in Canadian national team history, takes over and makes his head coaching debut tonight against OCB here on the road for Ottawa. And he has a capable team, and the man in the midfield for them that makes them all go is Gerardo Bruna, Oliver.
Yes, Bruna, the Argentinian deep line playmaker, was once mentioned as one of the top 50 teenagers in world football. The former Real Madrid and Liverpool youth player has been pulling the strings tonight. We have Haji Berry on the other side for OCB. This striker has all the tools in the game, and 5 goals in 10 starts for OCB, fresh off a game winner in their last outing. He'll be ready to roar tonight.
Well, de Guzman going to continue to go with what got Ottawa here, coming off a big 3-1 win against Charlotte, and had that 3 at the back. They'll do the same thing again tonight, Oliver.
Yeah, with this fashionable Chelsea 3-4-3, Del Campo will anchor the back line, and then the 2 players underneath, Adonanjay Reid and Kyle Harworth, will support the big 6'5" centre forward, Nicolas Depew.
And Depew, along with Lefebvre, both loanees from their MLS affiliate, the Montreal Impact. OCB tonight will feature a 4-4-2 with Earl Edwards coming off another game in which he had a shutout.
Yeah, certainly. There was a lot of guile and gall in that centre midfield. Tony Rocha and Jordan Schweitzer will really dominate the centre of the park and trying to provide the passes and the creativity for Haji Berry and Michael Cox up front.
So rematch of game that went the Fury's way in Ottawa back on the 20th of June, 1-0 in that game. They'll have a rematch tonight here in Orlando. It's OCB and the Fury. Haji Berry and OCB getting set. to ride this unbeaten run of 8 games, looking to make it 9 tonight against Ottawa Fury. So glad to have you along. And
interesting lineup here. Interesting lineup here. Almost like a rugby kickoff there from the start. They had 5 players up on the line, Ottawa, and sent that ball deep. And Coach Pulis did talk earlier in the press conference about how they play very direct.
In fact, probably the most direct team in the USL ranks. Big players at the back, big players at the front, a lot of 6'5" guys. And now they'll use the speed along the right side. The youngster, Adonijah Reed, who had a goal last week. And now Haji Berry will take it away. A lot of energy here to start in Orlando.
Yeah, certainly it looks like some good pace and athleticism on this Ottawa team, especially with the young boy Reed making his debut.
On the left side now, this is Lefebvre. Back to the keeper, Callum Irving. He is a good one. He's got 6 clean sheets. So it is Ottawa in the traveling white with the red and black shoulders. OCB in the purple of Orlando.
And you can see early on it certainly is the fashionable 3-4-3 system that Ottawa are going to be continuing to play here tonight.
This is Haworth on that left side. He will cut in and now leave it to Minicio. Working it right side. Indeed, a cross away and disrupted just enough. In behind it goes. And it will be a corner kick.
They are very effective on set pieces, Ottawa, and in the air, and it's very important that OCB do try and defend the box, as Coach Pulis talked about in his pregame as well.
Bruna, easily the most technical player on the side, will deliver the free kick here, the Argentine. Now in his second season in Ottawa. Surveys things, has a number of targets to pick out. And it's headed towards that back post. And you're not going to want to concede a lot of those here tonight if you're OCB.
Yeah, Timbo a little bit slow, getting to his man. When it got across the front post, the big man Lefebvre got his head on it.
Seb Hines making the start.
And it was actually Del Campo, the Mexican-born California native.
And Barry on the ball, and we'll come back. The assistant referee on the near side is Jonathan Quinter. Referee tonight is Henrik Carlson. Hassan Bel Mejia, the assistant on the far side. Alex DeRostang is the 4th official, and Christina Unkel is the video assistant referee. Yes, that's being employed tonight.
Well, let's hope we don't have too much drama and debate tonight.
As we did the other night at Red Bull Arena. Here's Bruna, 26-year-old, plays it back to Lefebvre. Has not seen much in the way of starting time with Montreal.
That's a fantastic switch, though, from Lefebvre.
And cleaned up at the last second as Dixon looking to get in behind. A lot of speed out on the edges as they try to chase those direct balls down. Rocha settles it, and it's going to be Zach Ellis-Hayden to start play. Switch to Marks, who's getting the start at right back tonight. He's been a right mid most of the season.
Well, I think he will fit well into that role. He's got good energy, good athleticism, and so he could be a good addition there as a right back spot for OCB.
Just underway, 4th minute. As Timbo, the Brazilian, comes away with it. So does Rocha. Now Ellis-Hayden. And Cox and Barry, the 2 strikers in this 4-4-2 for Anthony Pulis.
Yeah, it should be a good test with those two big, strong boys against that back 3.
4 MLS contract players in that lineup tonight for OCB. Barry, De Silva, Rocha, Hines. Make that 5. Edwards as well. And that's De Silva on the ball, racing to that byline, serves it back across. It will be put out for a corner kick, first of the match for OCB, as Del Campo did the best he could with it.
Yeah, really nice deceptive run in there from De Silva on the far side, earns his team the first corner of the match. And with the team leading second in the league with assists this season, he certainly will be the man providing the creativity in this OCB lineup.
Schweitzer, McNeil played short. Instead, Schweitzer goes kicked in. It was Hines. Now the second ball goes over the top. So the man we've known as Headmaster Hines trying to score with his feet there. The Englishman, the best chance so far in the early going for OCB.
Yeah, big chance. Right still with the in-swinger. That really was a bit of a sitter there from Seb Hines. He'll definitely want that one back. Good opportunity to opening score and just didn't quite get a good contact on it. A little tentative. Really should have been bursting the net with that one.
Hines from Weatherby, England, many years with Middlesbrough. Rocha will pounce on the loose ball. Now feed Barry. Trying to get in behind Barden. And Neal right at the top of the 18 goes a tumbling. Ottawa will try to break the lines here. Coming back, good build up. This is Bruna. Numbers trailing now. Bruno will find his way across to Dixon. Adonijah Reed making the overlap. Good step two by the center back tandem of OCB, Hines and Timbo.
Really was an end-to-end to start this game.
Yeah, love it. Sometimes the direct brand of soccer is entertaining, no doubt about that.
Certainly, there's always going to be overloads in all parts of the field. There's going to be overloads for both teams with this 3-4-3 against a 4-4-2, so it's going to be exciting to watch.
Barden on that right side, Dixon. And Barden, the Englishman, back central. Good control by the Ottawa Fury, who are 30th in the league in passing accuracy. That tells the tale of a direct team. And it will be in behind for a goal kick for Earl Edwards, a man with 8 clean sheets. Good for a first and three-way tie in USL. Edwards out of UCLA. Third-round pick in 2015. And has had quite the season. That's been the benefit of having OCB, as he's gotten to play instead of just sitting behind the first-team keeper Joe Bendick like he did all of last season at the MLS level.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for these players, you know, especially the lads coming out of college, getting drafted and, you know, getting the opportunity to play, be pros, and actually get some good significant minutes.
Service from Ellis Hayden, trying to find Michael Cox. Picked back up in the middle of the park, 8th minute, no score. Settled down by Howarth. Composure being shown by the Ottawa Fury, coming off arguably their best performance of the season, stopping a 12-game unbeaten streak that Charlotte had going into Ottawa last week. Step two is Depew. Now De Silva giving chase and commits the foul.
With that video assistant referee about De Silva's definitely got to be careful. A little bit of afters there from De Silva. Didn't like the challenge.
And De Silva does have 2 red cards so far this season. Yeah. Not saying nowhere near worthy there, but
definitely had a tug and a little bit of a kick at him too. So De Silva early in the game gets away with a potential yellow card there. Referee lets him play.
Henrik Carlson. Sure, we won't get another chance there as Lefebvre puts it forward. Settled down by Lewis Neal. Seb to play back with the pressure coming from Depew. Will be Edwards. Serving it long. Barden and De Silva are doing battle. Falls. As Dixon comes away. On the ball again inside the 18. Leaves it square. The shot save made. And Howarth was robbed. Could not quite put it left or right, and Edwards was ready for it.
Yeah, there's the overload there. Reed on the outside is absolutely wide open, able to pick out the attacking midfielder Howarth, and a great opportunity to open the scoring.
Meanwhile, Vondre Lefebvre down on his stomach as we take another look.
Nice pick out from Reed. Great ball across, and Howarth just really doesn't connect well. Perhaps should be going for the other corner there, open his body up and putting it across the keeper, but OCB survives. Still 0-0.
Frenchman Lefebvre checked out by the training staff, 27-year-old homegrown player from the Montreal Impact. Played with Montreal back in their NASL days. And does have 2 caps with the Canadian national team. So what do you make of Julian de Guzman coming in here, the 36-year-old getting his head coaching debut tonight here in Orlando? An interesting situation when you've got, Paul Dalglish stepping down as yesterday.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a tough situation for everybody involved in the squad and the team, but obviously de Guzman is very, very highly thought of in Canada, one of the best players ever to come out of Canada. I think he was the first player to play in La Liga from Canada and had a good career over there in La Liga in Spain, and very highly thought of as a young coach as well. So it's a good opportunity for him. One opportunity lost and another one is gained, and de Guzman's looking, the boys have started very strong tonight, Ottawa. Looking very sharp and looking aggressive to open this game.
For many years at La Coruña in Spain. Also played at Hanover, also in Greece. Short stint at Toronto FC. He was the first DP of Canadian descent in league history.
He's also, a lot of pedigree in the family. His brother, Jonathan de Guzman, played for Napoli in Serie A and used to play for my homeboy Swansea City as well. So, great footballing family, and great to see a young coach getting the opportunity to coach in the USL.
As well, get into the conversation on USL Match Center with the hashtag ORLVOTT. One of 2 Wednesday night games. Charlotte leading Bethlehem Steel at the moment 1-0. Cleared away as far as Lewis Neal. He'll leave it to Marks on that right side, who is overlapping.
Absolute laser of a ball left from Timbo. Unfortunately, Cox's touch let him down, but what a pass that was, full of 60, 70 yards right on Michael Cox's foot.
Andre Campbell putting it out for a throw. Campbell, man with 7 caps with the Reggae Boys, Jamaican international. One of the team leaders for Ottawa. Schweitzer on the ball. Quickly the pressure comes. Rocha settles it and then squares it out to Zach Ellis-Hayden, the Canadian. Michael Cox, also of Canadian descent.
Zach Ellis-Hayden holding him off. The Kitchener, Ontario man. And we'll continue to joust in the corner. We'll go out for a throw for the Ottawa Fury. On 27 points, 10th place in the Eastern Conference. OCB in 9th. Just a point ahead. And it's high time, if you talk to Anthony Pulis, to start taking 3 instead of 1.
And the home form is the issue. On the road, it's been some really, really good positive forms and positive results. And at home, this is where OCB need to start converting those draws to wins.
Cox heading it out of there, then sent back into the mixer by Barden. De Silva coming away with it, held up by Barry. Schweitzer on a diagonal. Will it find Neal? It will. A brilliant touch by Neal. Here's Rocha into the open field. Closed down by Campbell. Rocha on an island. And finally getting it away to Michael Cox. Make that Barry. On a diagonal, Martz intercepted. It will be a handball, and it'll come back the other way. So a promising build-up there goes awry for OCB.
You know, really nice transitional play there for OCB. The first ball out from Schweitzer, little ball around the corner from our man Lewis Neal, and you only wish really it was Haji Berry or Michael Cox running onto that final ball there. Unfortunately, it was Tony Rocha, who's really not known for his pace and didn't have the pace to get around the last defender. But great link-up play, great combination play from OCB.
Hines. So back to the other side of the field. Lefebvre getting into the back of Barry. And it will be Martin Del Campo. Clear at left side. Here is Campbell. Back to his keeper, Callum Irving. And with a 1.20 goals against average.
Just made his debut here for the Canadian national team as well, so a big talent between the posts.
Native of Vancouver. Lefebvre and it go heavy off the foot to Neal. OCB, and the Lions will slow it down. Back to Hines, who will look to initiate a switch from the back line. This is Timbo, the Curitiba, Brazil native. 17th minute, so glad to have you along here on USL Match Center. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, joined by Oliver 12 Trees once again after a little break. Glad to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Things busy out on the coast of Florida right now.
Preseason. Best time of the year.
No wins, no losses. Yeah. They say about minor league baseball, same thing. Everybody's got the chance to win every game. There's Cox battling inside corner. Hits the flag on its way out. Goal kick. You were alluding to Orlando City Bees' home record versus their road exploits. 5-4-3. Easily one of the best road records in USL, but at home 1-2-7. Just the 2 defeats, but only that one win that was against Toronto FC2 in the second home game of the season. Gotten a lot of results, 7 ties, but have not been able to see out the 3.
And this team really is built to play on the counter-attack, on the transition. You know, they're solid defensively, got a lot of pace up front, but you know, maybe need a little bit more creativity in this lineup to turn those draws into wins at home.
Anthony Pulis will tell you just the final product has lacked at times. The chances have been there. Getting stronger and stronger as the season progresses. A team that finished 8th and made the playoffs in its first year a year ago. Ottawa playing its first season in USL after coming over from the North American Soccer League. This will skirt across that natural grass surface. Into touch it goes. OCB will have a throw here in the 19th. Fury founded in 2011. So this is their 4th season of operation.
Just, you know, soccer really booming north of the border there. Some great players coming through the ranks, playing in college, playing in the MLS now. So, you know, it really is becoming one of the top sports in Canada as well to rival hockey.
And places like Ottawa and Edmonton as well, not just the MLS cities. Schweitzer caught out, make that Timbo. Ellis Hayden doing a nice job trying to hold it, then gets clattered, and he is still down as Manicio got into the back. And play will resume. There's a chance for Ottawa, building inside the area. Big rebound off of Earl Edwards, but smothered and covered eventually as Timbo really was taken to ground.
Yeah, really tough situation there. Ellis Hayden was down injured, the left back for OCB, and you know, Ottawa Fury certainly showed no fury there, and they counter-attacked at speed and attacked that spot that Zach Ellis Hayden had left. Howarth getting a great shot in across the keeper that Earl Edwards smothered and got the rebound as well.
OCB nearly had the chickens cooked there. And we'll take a timeout, not a timeout, rather a stoppage here to check the injury, a little water break. It is quite humid. Temperatures have cooled off just a little bit from what we've experienced in recent weeks here in Central Florida. But now we got to check on that left back. Now in his second season, one of just 4 players that remained on the squad from last year, and immediately Yemeni Jules off the bench. So Jules, player who can play either side, right or left back. Got that start in that last home game.
The Montverde Academy. Very athletic young right or left back, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets the opportunity tonight, but
not at the moment.
Yeah, it does look like Zach Ellis-Hayden is back on his feet.
Ellis-Hayden, an All-Horizon League performer at Cleveland State, graduated in 2013. He'll be taken off the field to be checked out. So for now, 11 on 10 here in the 21st minute here at Orlando City Stadium. This building will host a key MLS Eastern Conference matchup on Saturday when the Lions host Columbus Crew SC. Orlando City badly needing a full 3 points. Well, soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, you can visit NikeSoccer.com. No score here, early going. Played 21 minutes. Hines had one of the better chances on the night. Schweitzer. A little half press coming from Depew, the Irvine, California native. Zach Ellis-Hayden back on the pitch. Switch to Hines. And deliberate build-up coming for OCB. Timbo serve it in direct fashion, and we'll have Cox go chase into the corner with Lefebvre.
You can see a strategy for OCB is to get that big switch from Timbo. He's got a great left foot, and they've tried that a couple of times already, and against a narrow back three, trying to target that area in between the left centre back and the left wing back could be some joy there for OCB.
Of course, Timbo happy to be in the lineup tonight against his former side. Played in Ottawa last year, 26-year-old Brazilian.
Well, he definitely looks up for it so far.
Timbo, such versatility we've seen this season. He's played in the midfield. He's played a left back, played at center back. Scored a goal in more of an attacking formation, an attacking place in the formation earlier this season on the road.
A lot of players signed in the offseason for Orlando City, and certainly one that's impressed me so far for OCB this year is Timbo. Very good footballer.
In his 9th start of the season, had some injury troubles in the early going. Now it's Da Silva to pull it down and will win the throw. Sun setting behind us on a picturesque night here in the city beautiful of Orlando. Rain off in the distance. Come to expect that in this part of the world. Schweitzer trying to switch it by himself. Will be cut off at the pass by Depew. Rocha head up. Texan keeping things alive. Coming back to it is Martz. Neal dropping deep. Lefebvre's only play was back to his keeper, and immediately Irving pounds it away. Da Silva on the ball, quickly marked by Barden. Rocha one more time.
Good defensive discipline from Ottawa. All 11 men behind the ball, working hard for their coach and their team.
Timbo, long ball, offside flag is up on Zach Ellis-Hayden here in the 25th minute.
So OCB finding it hard to break down. Ottawa defending deep, getting a lot of numbers behind the ball.
Well, the USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter @USL. OCB riding that 8-game unbeaten streak. Charlotte was riding a 12-game unbeaten streak until they ran into Ottawa last week. Looking second straight week to put an end to this. A team that's on a hot run. Trying to ascend to the top of the standings as Martz anticipated, stepped in front. He's off to the races.
Showing his potential there, Austin Martz as a right back. You know, really read the play well. Pinched the ball. Good read there from Austin. Drove past his man well, but just ran out of touch a little bit. Ran out of real estate.
Long switch of play. Dixon brings it down into Adonijah Reed. And he immediately loses it and then forced a foul. Rocha quickly back up off the deck. And now 58% of the possession, make that 55% of the possession going the way of the Lions here.
And now can they make that slight advantage pay and create some more opportunities? A good opportunity in the opening few minutes off the corner. Yet to fashion another opening.
Ottawa with 4 shots to Orlando's 3. Perhaps another one in the offing now for OCB. Inside the area is Barry. Will lay it back as Rocha will get maybe another crack at it. Got away. Martz will skim it. And diving to his left was Irving. And there's another shot. That one even on target for OCB.
Yeah, really nice pass. Really nice passage of play. Ball pops out.
Change for $1.
And Austin Martz, the makeshift right back with the strike. Just strikes across the ball a little bit, but gets the shot on target.
Anicio.
Haji Berry.
Zach Ellis Hayden's former teammate, by the way, at Cleveland State. Excuse me?
Yeah, Haji Berry with the created that opportunity really there that ended up in Martz shots with his good running in the channel. He's definitely looked lively and looks like a striker full of confidence at the moment, which is what all strikers need.
See a few members of the Orlando City MLS coaching staff here watching tonight. Sure they like that from number 13. As the season reaches its final 10 games, the MLS level as well. Haji has a couple of appearances this season in MLS, but it was earlier. But then you come down the stretch, you need that depth. Schweitzer, calm, and pushes it back to Edwards.
With both teams now, OCB and Orlando City playing, you know, really a 4-4-2, you know, and looking to play 2 strikers up the front. You know, it could be an opportunity for Haji Berry moving forward towards the end of the season. It probably is his best position. He's played out wide, but you know he wants to play in the center of the park. He wants to play up front as a number 9, and so good opportunities could arise for him.
Haji with 5 goals and now just his 11th start, so productive enough. Always tough for some of the MLS contract guys going back and forth. Tough to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, whenever a striker's going, you know, he's got his 11th start, 5 goals. You know, if he can score tonight, he can keep that goal every other game ratio up, and that's a good ratio for a striker. That's what every striker really wants, to at least get a goal every other game. So, and he's maintaining that for OCB.
Good point. Rocha, who played for OCB last year and parlayed that into an MLS contract near season's end, came up with Mikey Ambrose, who now seeing a lot of time at Atlanta United.
Yeah, starting doing very well up there in Atlanta.
There's Timbo. Coming up on the half hour. De Silva trying to turn in on Reed. Back to Schweitzer, who's got the center half split. Rocha. Barry pulling it down off his chest will make a quick turn of things. Martz now on the right side. Closed down by Campbell. Now he'll cut inside. Good continuation of play as Neal hit it outside, but the offside flag came up before.
I don't think Haji Berry thought that ball was going to come back to him, and didn't really think that ball was going to come back from Lewis Neal. And
Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. You can tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Monday at 9 p.m. on SiriusXM FC Channel 85. Don't forget, SiriusXM FC will also air the USL Game of the Week. You can check USLsoccer.com for dates and times of those games. On the half hour now, 30 minutes. And no scoring as of yet. One handled by Timbo with authority and into the crowd.
You see there's just a little bit of confusion there, which allowed the cross to come in, and who goes out and presses the wing back? Does the Silva go out there and press the wing back in this 3-4-3, or does the Ellis Hayden, the left back, go out there? And that allowed Ottawa the time to put that ball in there.
Lefebvre. Campbell. The play was backwards. Pressure was coming from Martz and Neal. Trying to get in behind, pulled down, and tipping over. Now Reed will try to give it a go. Headed by Timbo out of trouble. Neal can't quite get there as Bruna came in on the ball, and now a foul will bring it back to OCB. So fire had to be put out there.
Yeah, definitely a push in the back there, but it looked like Seb Hines might have got away with one there in the box as well. Get a replay of that one. The ball came in the box, and Seb Hines made the challenge. He was a little clumsy with it.
Well, again, video assistant referee in action tonight. And as far as MLS goes, those rules are goals, penalty kicks, straight red cards, mistaken identity. That's the only time you're going to see a clear and obvious error overturned. We have seen a number of times in the first couple of weeks of implementation with a modicum of success so far, you'd have to say, depending on what fan of what team you are.
So I think the official referee got it right then. Got it right. They didn't turn around and say Seb Hines gave away a penalty.
Yeah, the idea is to correct a clear and obvious error. Unless a card was pulled, I don't think you were going to see any change unless it was dangerous.
But you could potentially see a penalty if it was a penalty not given. You could potentially see the referee come back, change their mind, and turn around and say, all right, that is a penalty.
You'll see the hand go to the ear, and referee will put another hand up to stop play to allow the VAR to take a closer look, and then we'll make that TV box symbol once a review is underway, if we should see that tonight.
Foul in the back from Cox.
More often than not, we've seen either red cards or goals, once they've happened, get checked. Not as often do you see a play not called, but it certainly is possible, as Henrik Karlsson will award the free kick to OCB in a pretty dangerous spot. If you can get one whipped in, instead they'll play it in behind to Barry, gives it a go, takes a deflection, and in! Goal, OCB. Seb Hines got the last touch, his first goal as a USL player this year.
Yeah, really nice set play. Haji Berry running off the wall there on that free kick. Makes the diagonal run in behind the wall. Shot on the turn. Gets a deflection. And, of course, there it is. Headmaster Hines just stretches those neck muscles, arches his back, and heads that into the bottom corner. Nice goal from Seb Hines there. 1-0 OCB. Haji Barry getting the congratulations for his
second assist
and role in that free kick.
Official score gave it to Barry.
Yeah, Haji.
It looked like our video definitely showed a flick by Hines.
Yeah, Haji Barry definitely, he was shaking his finger there. He knew he didn't get it. He wanted the assist, but certainly it was Seb Hines with the goal there.
So we'll wait for that correction, but it was definitely Hines. Our video review shows anyway. A shade of purple from the sky too, as OCB has taken a 1-0 lead on the visitors from Ottawa.
Seb Hines' first goal of the season. Haji Barry's second assist.
That one all the way in on Edwards.
Now going into the game, Ottawa Fury are really known for their direct play, but and a lot of balls into the box. We haven't really seen that. You know, perhaps that's going to be a stylistic change with the the new man de Guzman in. Perhaps they are going to try and be more of a possession-based team and rather than as direct, because certainly they've tried to get the ball forward, but it hasn't been long balls. It's been playing through the thirds and trying to really play some good football.
Media meeting with Anthony Pulis yesterday after training, and his first comments outside of Douglas stepped down. I didn't hear that. First I'd heard of it. But the other thing he had to say, they are a very direct team. We know what they're about, and it's not going to be an easy game for us.
And we haven't really seen that tonight. We haven't really seen, they're attacking quickly, but haven't seen the long balls.
Hines in an advanced role again. What do you make of the design of the set piece?
Yeah, I liked it. Sometimes you have the old Argentine free kick where the man runs off the wall, and originally that's what I thought, but he actually ran from deep, Haji Berry, in behind the wall, and it worked a treat. Got onto the ball, shot on the turn, and directed into the goal from the big man, Seb Hines.
So Hines' first USL goal, again an MLS contract player who has really received a lot of praise for Anthony Pulis for his role on this team here in the latter portions of the season.
Yeah, good old-fashioned centre back. He's gonna leave it all on the pitch, and I'm sure he's got a. It's tough. It's tough for a guy like Anthony Pulis. He's been there. He's played at this level. He's been there. He's been in the UK. Knows the benefits that Seb Hines can bring to this team.
Seb showing those leadership qualities as well. So you got a guy like he and Lewis Neal in there, and usually on the MLS operated clubs, you don't really see a lot of the veteran players in the lineup here. That's a bit of an exception with OCB. As Anthony will pull a couple of veterans out there to help these young lads along. Of course, Zach Carroll serving out a red card suspension from that last contest, so it wasn't available tonight. Donovan, in far as Connor Donovan, is also available tonight in the 18. So there's your center back possibilities. Schweitzer on the ball. OCB in the ascendancy, up 1-0. Martz. A little pressure coming from Depew. All 6'5" of them. He's had his dangerous moments here in the early going as we approach halftime. Neal. This little flick was read by Lefebvre. And now Bruna. To pick out a pass. He's cut off. Shape. Is held by OCB. Manicio. Dixon. Getting in is Barden. To that edge. Can't get it across. Goal kick. Well, the Lions return to MLS play at Orlando City Stadium this Saturday, August 19th, to face the Columbus Crew. Get your tickets today at orlandocitysc.com/ticks. Pressure coming from Depew. Flicked ahead, Neal. Cox to Martz. Squatter-Rocha checks his surroundings, and we'll leave it back to Timbo. Ellis Hayden will receive just past halfway. 3-4-3 shape. Holding for Ottawa. Moving side to side here to wear out this team from Ontario. Always tough coming into the humid box the stadium is.
And you can certainly see it just in the last 10 or so minutes of this game. The tempo has dropped. I'm sure the humidity has something to do with that and the effect on the players.
Now, when you're not used to it, it's a certain can be an advantage for sure. But we've seen teams come in here and get results despite that. Jamaican Campbell has it taken away by Martz, who steampunked him. Stepped in front for the second time tonight, taking it away.
Yeah, again, Mart's really good play, just his final ball letting him down.
Adonijah Reed here on the left side. One-on-one he goes with Neal, gets to that byline, sent in. Great effort by Depew. Couldn't get enough mustard on it to get it past Earl Edwards.
Yeah, Reed showing all his Generation Adidas qualities there. Beating Lewis Neal, getting onto his left foot, and just picking out the big man Depew. Good save.
A little further to the back post, and it would have been 1-1. Ottawa again on the prowl. Depew, little back heel, finds Schweitzer, and that is it. Dangerous ball back, hitting Timbo and Timber. Like, what did I do? What did I do to deserve that, said Timbo.
That could have been on the top 10 bloopers of the season, that's for sure, if that had ballooned over Earl Edwards' head.
Fave just gets enough of it to put it out. Lions will have the throw 4 minutes from halftime.
Well, Timbo's a big, strong boy, because that must have hurt too. Wow, that was drilled right into the back of his head.
Schweitzer making it difficult. Martz and Schweitzer, in fact, made it too difficult, committed the foul. Fury looking to mount a furious comeback here at the end of the first half. Starting a 3-game road trip tonight are the Fury. 4 games in 12 days as well. So very key portion of their season beginning tonight. Andre Campbell. The Orange County last year in USL. Switched by Lefebvre. Dixon. Lay it back. Barden trailing him. No problem. Edwards settles it.
Yeah, Depew really, you know, he's playing as that target man and hasn't really been involved too much. Not too many balls going in there to him, and his movement off the ball needs to improve if he wants to, you know, make an impact tonight.
57% of the possession at this point going to OCB. Oh, dummy by Lewis Neal, and finds its way in behind. It'll be a corner kick. This will be the second of the match for OCB.
OCB's wide players, Neal and De Silva pinching in, and the strikers are being asked to cover those wide areas, make those diagonal runs into the channel, and good run out there from Cox, and earns his team a corner.
Schweitzer and Neal once again. Schweitzer will take. Low bent in, no problem for Depew. Second ball, of course, the one that's usually the more dangerous of the two.
Almost sat up really nice there. Good play on the burst from De Silva. Gets there first and drove into the box, and good block from Ottawa.
No sense of urgency here from Zach Ellis-Hayden.
Well, certainly, I think Pulis will be happy to take that 1-0 lead into halftime.
They can nick another one. And it will come the other way. And Carlson saw something he didn't like. Well, you can get closer to the club's membership program by subscribing to Lion Nation. Vote on club decisions, watch exclusive interviews, be rewarded for your loyalty, and have access to partner discounts. You can learn more about Orlando City's membership program, Lion Nation, at lionnation.com. Campbell ran out of real estate. Comes back to OCB. The men in purple ahead by a goal. Seb Hines. And just enough of a flick off that golden noggin from Haji Berry, who got the assist on the play. We're hearing 3 minutes of stoppage time from the fourth official. Half a minute left in that first 45. Bruna, beautiful ball inside. Depew will try to catch it. Timbo there first. Corner kick for Ottawa, their second.
Yeah, Timbo all over Depew, all over him, not giving him an inch to breathe. Great challenge. Fantastic ball in the channel from Brunner, but Timbo had that covered all the way.
So be Brunner, hands on hips, right hand in air. Expect the outswinger from Brunner. And that one goes all the way through. Be chased down here by Michael Cox.
Yeah, as a defensive team, you never want to let those corners, those set pieces drop in the box. So need to clean that up.
Shape regained by OCB. In stoppage time now, first of a minimum of 3. And boy, clean challenge by Timbo. Not to agree will be Depew there as he was knocked to the deck. Sometimes the 6'5" guys don't get that call. Brunner. Da Silva couldn't break it up. Barden. Brunner. Howarth trying to make himself available. Instead, we'll switch it left side. Trying to run off of it, the big center back, Lefebvre. And a free kick will be set up on the foul there.
Yeah, a couple of free kicks almost come in there. They get away with it, but this time Tony Rocha sticks his foot in, holds it in, gives up the free kick.
Down
opportunity,
goes Reed.
yeah, Reed. Opportunity here. Will not want to concede at this moment. And I can imagine the man, Gerardo Brunner, has got a free kick up his sleeve.
Howarth, the man that's played in Ottawa since the beginning, will tee this up, or will it be Brunner?
Can't imagine an Argentinian number 10 is going to give up this free kick on his left foot.
See Edwards barking out the instructions. It's parried away there by Edwards. Saw it the whole way. But it will yield another corner kick and another set piece opportunity for the set piece specialists in the Ottawa Fury.
Yeah, Howarth, the Canadian international, gets that up and over the wall, around the wall, and forces a good save from Earl.
Brunner again from the other side. Whips that one in swinger. Inside the 6, headed down and in behind. Goal kick back to the Lions. Short time here, maybe a minute.
And as you've seen here in this last 10 minutes where they have created a few set pieces, couple of corners, some good deliveries in the box. So you've certainly seen now what Coach Pulis was talking about with their power on set pieces and their ability in the air. So definitely something to watch for in the second half. Certainly cannot switch off at any point in this game if they want to come away with a home win tonight, a much needed home win.
Whistle to the mouth of Henrik Karlsson. He signals the end of the first 45. Good first 45 for OCB. The lead via the goal from Seb Hines. And that's where it stands, 1-0 at the half against Ottawa.
Yeah, OCB just edged this first half. You know, just edged possession. Got the 1-0 lead. Deserved lead going into halftime, and you know, much to talk about, much to focus on, but a good first half from OCB and a promising opportunity in this game to get those 3 points.
Well, Hines, the goal scorer, will go into that halftime locker room. The Lions in the lead, 1-0. Halftime show starts right after this on USL Match Center.
This is where it all began. The passion, the reputation, both on the field and in the stands. They ruled an era in this league, and now they are back for more. The future of Orlando City can be summed up in 3 letters: O-C-B.
in front, 1-0 at the half, as Jake Fenlison and the substitutes getting their warm-ups in here at the half. So glad to have you along, USL Match Center, Jeff Radcliffe, Oliver Twelvetrees, and our entire crew. As it's been a good first half, as Orlando City B, Oliver, looking for just its second win at home. They've got the lead, but Ottawa had its chances here in the early going, too. A lot of energy from the visitors.
Yeah, a few set pieces. Big chance there for Seb Hines. The first opportunity with his foot and then his head, but it will get redemption as the half moves on. Big opportunity, this one, though. Howarth will want that one back. Doesn't get a good connection on the ball. Tests Earl Edwards, but really should be putting that one away.
Later in that first half, good service as it was Cox looking to make it 1-0 and just missed the target.
Opportunity down that right flank there on the burst from Barden. Good shot coming in.
Now Martz fizzed that one low, read well by Irving, making the save.
And there we go, Reed.
Special player.
Showing a clean pair of heels to Lewis Neal. Gets the ball into the box, and Nick Depew can't quite get enough power on the finish.
Timbo in front, a very frustrated Nick Depew.
Yeah, nice free kick there from Kyle Howarth. Works Earl Edwards down to his left, and here's the goal. Here's the 1-0 lead. Great little trick free kick on the overlap for Haji Berry, and then just a little misdirection there from Seb Hines.
Former Middlesbrough man getting his first goal of this USL season. The two MLS contract players combining there, and Haji getting his second assist of the season. And of course, Haji got credit for the goal initially. And that's been changed, of course. Hines in the 34th minute. Nice to see Connor Donovan.
Yeah, a lot of depth at the centre-back position. Connor Donovan on the bench.
Of course, Carroll sitting out because of the red card. Here's a look at the match stats. Possession in favor of OCB. What else do you see here, Oliver?
Yeah, it's been a very even game. Some half chances for both teams. An interesting stylistic matchup with Fury looking really dangerous in transition, and OCB's more patient build-up, creating a few opportunities. But in this second half, OCB have really got to be careful on the set pieces, the aerial power that Ottawa do possess. And, I would like to see OCB really try and get after that back three as well.
Those are your match stats between OCB and the Ottawa Fury. Two teams sitting in 9th and 10th positions, respectively, in that USL Eastern Conference. As wins come at a premium and points come at a premium this time of year. It's OCB and Ottawa Fury FC. We'll have the second half when we come back on USL Match Center.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars, innovative technology, and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans, in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit usld3.com.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Back at Orlando City Stadium, getting set for second half action between the Ottawa Fury and Orlando City B. 1-0 to the Lions here at home, looking for their second home win of the season. But and a good opportunity to climb above that line as OCB with 28 points tied there with New York Red Bulls can pull ahead with any sort of a result tonight. But all three would be very, very helpful. And Ottawa Fury as well can get above that line should they come back and get 3 tonight.
Yeah, well, with 10 games to go, you know, there's a lot to play for, and it really is an important time. You know, if they can get 3 points tonight, Orlando City, they'll be level on points with Ottawa, with FC Cincinnati, and really put themselves in a good combination, good position to catch the Rhinos and the Steel, and then of course the Rowdies aren't too far away either. So, you know, good results will put them in a really, really good position to be able to start climbing up that league.
Yeah. Should Ottawa get 3, I'm sure they'll feel nice and furry about that. Feel good story if they should be able to get that road win, a second straight win here tonight, but they've got some work to do. Here's the schedule upcoming for each side. Again, Ottawa going on the road. This is the first of 3 as they do that little Florida swing. They'll play at Tampa Bay Rowdies on the weekend, about 2 hours from here. Then at Cincinnati at Nippert Stadium, a place that was front and center last night in US Open Cup semifinal. They put on a show, but in the end, succumbed to the New York Red Bulls as they scored 3 unanswered goals, 2 from Bradley Wright Phillips. But still a tough road trip coming for Ottawa. And Orlando will go on a 2-game road swing at Charlotte and Louisville.
Yeah,
as they look to continue this unbeaten run.
So although these teams, you know, are in a good position, that's some tough games coming up for both squads. So certainly some tough games and some points.
Yeah.
Really important. It shows how important this game is tonight. You know, 3 points are absolutely vital for either of these squads if they want to start climbing up that league, because, you know, going on the road to Cincinnati, going on the road to Charlotte, it's tough places to go, tough place to pick up points.
Charlotte leading Bethlehem Steel 1-0 in the second, so that certainly will affect the standings as both of those teams ahead of the 2 combatants tonight in the Eastern Conference. So a lot to watch on. This is a good time. Once you get into August, it really in any league here, it's certainly fun to watch, especially in USL. 15-team table, and it's constantly moving and not much separating those teams in the middle. Yeah,
definitely a lot of parity. And, you know, just with FC Cincinnati's run, you know, what a great run they had, getting all the way to semifinals, and really were inches away from getting all the way to that final of that US Open Cup last night. And, you know, that's a good story for the USL in itself.
As you take a look at Julian de Guzman, the head coach and GM, assume those roles on an interim basis. So Paul Dalglish stepped down yesterday.
So he's definitely got his hands full right now, GM as well as head coach.
What's interesting, you look at, as we're underway in the second half, OCB moving from right to left. So at Ottawa, you looked at the interviews this week from their players that they feel they're in a really good place, starting to come together after that 3-1 victory over Charlotte. A very, very hot Charlotte team, and could possibly spur them on to some great things here as OCB immediately going back on the attack here to start out this second half. Barry and Martz, 2 playing on that right side. Getting stuck in was Campbell, and now the 2 come together. Foul committed by Barry as turnabout's fair play. And
yeah, I think if Ottawa are going to get something out of this game, you know, I know they're getting numbers behind the ball defensively, which is solid for their defensive performance, but really they got to get a few more numbers up quicker. You know, they had all 11 players just right then, all within almost their defensive third. So, you know, very, very difficult to counterattack if you've got so many players deep.
Just underway here in the second half. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. And now Michael Cox jumping it like a big man, getting on the right. Now finds Barry in the corner of the 18. He will lay it back to Neal. Sends it across. Rocha, 1 touch. Here's Schweitzer.
Nice
Shape regains for Ottawa. Yes.
That's what got Rocha is, you know, his MLS deal is that cerebral play and that lovely first touch of his with that left foot.
Timbo.
Perhaps if Rocha, you know, suffered a few injuries earlier on in the season, he'd definitely be pushing for, you know, some more MLS time as well.
He was getting time in the preseason at right back with all the injuries that the MLS club had in the early going and continues to have with some of the outside backs on the roster. Rafael Ramos, Kevin Alston, who both played for OCB in that last game, the win on the road at Richmond, as they look to come back from those setbacks. And then he got injured. He had a deep muscle injury.
Been a really tough year for Ramos. You know, big-time potential player, but just can't seem to get over the injuries at the moment.
club goes out earlier this season and grabs Scott Sutter from Switzerland, and he has been one of the better stories of the season and very steady there, the right back spot. A couple of transfer window deals will make their home debuts possibly here this weekend. Maybe Dom Dwyer could be coming back from that surgery, looking to play his first game in Orlando since that 2015 season when he visited with Sporting Kansas City. Now a chance for Ottawa. It's skimmed by Howarth, who has not had the best of luck on the final ball tonight.
Yeah, he found himself in some really good areas there. Nice little pocket of play he found there on the pitch. Great first touch, created the opening for himself, but just sliced across the ball there with his finish.
Yoshi Yotun and Dylan Powers, the other two that could make their home debuts this weekend when Orlando City hosts Columbus.
Yeah, excited to see the little man Yoshi, see if he can weave his magic in the attacking midfield area.
Made a case for man of the match for Orlando City in that loss this past weekend against Red Bulls. Really showed well. And now he pulled back.
Talk about first touch. What a lovely first touch that was. And second and third, earning the free kick for his team, Michael Cox.
And Cox, the golden boot of this club last year. Found it tougher and tougher to get into the side. Da Silva immediately, two defenders on him. They know about his danger.
It's been quiet. It was quiet in the first half. You know, didn't call his name too much and kind of was on the edge of the game.
Cox keeps his ground. The Canadian comes away, leaves it back for Barry. Now coming out of there is the Argentine, Gerardo Bruna. Martz steps to it. Campbell got him.
It's been a good battle, that Martz against Campbell. Jamaican against the American lad on the far side of the pitch there. Been a good battle up and down.
Martz last year with Wilmington out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Two-time Big East champion at Georgetown. Played in the national championship game while La Jolla. There's Da Silva, pushed off the ball. Keeps it alive. Switch attempt there from Rocha, cut off. Bruna, long ball for Howarth. Reached Timbo instead, and OCB will continue to boss the possession.
Give away that from Martz.
Dixon lays it ahead. Howarth into the area as Depew made that near run. Goal kick OCB in the 51st minute.
Jamar Dixon, that opportunity. Sat up pretty nice for him in the end, but really made a bit of a mess of the volley.
56% of the possession going in favor of OCB. Shots even 8 apiece.
Yeah, Kyle Harworth, the Ontario native from University of Niagara, really causing some problems for OCB. He's been at the heart of most of the productive work from Ottawa tonight.
Still looking for his first goal this season to go with the 4 assists. Schweitzer gets ahead to it. Dealt with by Martin de Campo. The break out. Howarth again proving dangerous. Diagonal ball being chased by Reed. Adonijah will catch it. Numbers drop back defensively for the men in purple. Reed along the left has the overlap coming from Campbell. He'll be forced back nicely. Hines doing the job.
Reed had the opportunity to take Seb Hines on there. You know, it's a speedy winger he is. You'd think he would have been a little bit more direct with this play.
Trying to wind it up. Bruna to Howarth. Getting Reed inside the box, leaving it back. Campbell, the big shot. Was it a handball? It was. Going to be a penalty as Henrik Karlsson points to the spot here.
Yeah, this time Reed did take Seb Hines on. Takes him by line, cuts a lovely ball back. And Campbell strikes the ball. And Timbo Does everything he can to get his body on the line, throws his body in front of the ball to block that shot, as all good centre-backs are taught to do. You can see this cut back here from Reed. Campbell gets it. Oh, that's a harsh decision. Timbo throws his body. It hits his midsection, it looks like on the replay.
Remember, we do have video assistant referee in play tonight.
Are we going to see it?
He's going to hold it up here for a second to see.
Are we going to see it? From our angle, it really looked.
Timbo appealing to that right now, but it's got to be initiated by the VAR.
You're wondering, is he trying to buy some time there?
Take a look. We will. Right here, we've got the benefit. Turning away from it. Didn't intentionally play.
Difficult from this angle. Really looks difficult from this angle. It looks like it touches his midsection, but looks like penalty is going to stand.
Well, Bruno will look for a goal for the second straight game. He approaches, saved by Edwards. So the soccer gods answer the prayer.
Timbo is very happy with his goalkeeper, Earl Edwards there. What a great save from the big man. A good height for Earl Edwards, but was right in the corner, and he needed all of his frame to make that save. All of his 6'3", 205 frame, stretched out his hands and makes a big save for OCB.
So handball, the ruling in the box, yields a penalty kick, saved by Edwards. So Bruna cannot level things. Rocha meeting things.
I was very surprised not to see the video assistant come out there.
Adonijah Reed causing problems along that right flank. It's going to be a goal kick as they appeal for the corner that's not coming. You see Timbo there, bailed out there by his keeper.
You know, even if it was handball there from Timbo, you could see it was a fully fledged attempt at blocking the ball with his body. You know, his hands weren't directly trying to impact the ball. It struck his hand. If it did strike his hand, it wasn't intentional. So very interesting talking point there in the match.
Our video assistant referee tonight is Christina Uncle. So 5-person crew. Alex DeRostang downstairs, the 4th official spot. Turned out to not matter. Saved by Edwards there on a high point of this match. Bruna, man who missed the penalty on the ball. Ellis Hayden, and now Timbo intercepts. Throw at the halfway line for OCB. They continue to lead 1-0, 56th minute. The intervention was made on the fact that no video replay was used. Intervention made by Karma. Lefebvre, left side Campbell, and he and Martz continuing to joust. Switch to the right side, here's Dixon. Laying it in behind. Adonijah Reed to the byline. Can't keep it in.
Yeah, the Ronaldo turn didn't quite work out there for Reed.
FC Dallas loanee. A lot to like about the 18-year-old. Turned 18 the day after he scored his first MLS goal last week. Or his first USL goal, excuse me.
Very talented. You can see good 1v1 player, and he showed that composure in the box there to cut that ball back to Andre Campbell for that penalty opportunity.
Howarth. Campbell again. And mishits it. Things opening up a bit for Ottawa here. Been had the better of things the last few minutes.
Yeah, they've sent a few more numbers forward. Campbell's playing a lot more further forward this half than he did in the first half. His starting position as well, a little higher.
See Anthony Pulis and Rob Valentino having a conversation in the technical era moments ago to see what tactical adjustments could be made. Foul there, back to OCB, looking for a quick restart. That's going to be denied by Manicio. Little gamesmanship. Rocha. Tone to Timbo. 58th. Campbell. Can't break the lines here. Manicio to Bruna, staying on their own half. Now crossing halfway, 58th, about to go into the 59th minute. 1-0 to the Lions. Big step up by Hines. Not cleared enough. Lefebvre trying to play a ball in behind. Flag is up immediately. This will not count. Should it find the net? It won't.
Yeah, nice diagonal run in behind from Reed. Just timing was a little bit off, but a bit of a warning sign. You know, OCB's got away with that penalty, and another warning sign there. Nice ball in from Lefebvre. And Reed did look quite a few yards offside, actually. But it's important that OCB can, you know, get their rhythm back in their possession game and try and take the sting out of Ottawa's attack at the moment.
What a long ball there. The keeper for OCB, it's Cox that comes away with it. He's in the area on Lefebvre, trying to come away with it, sending it square. It'll be corralled by Lewis Neal as the scramble begins. Rocha thought about letting it go. Now it'll be Da Silva, the man who leads the team in assists, skirts it across the face of goal, chased down by Lewis Neal.
You can see why he leads the team in assists with that ball. What a beautiful ball across the 6.
Martz takes a heavy touch, and it'll be corralled and taken into the corner by Bruna. And Timbo will take care of it. Nobody there to start a counter. OCB's players heard you talking a little bit about how Ottawa is starting to turn things around. Here's Barry to the back post. 2-0 on Barry's 6th goal of the season. A goal and an assist for the man from Guinea.
Yeah, that's confidence there. You saw that lovely first touch that Hadji Berry took. He knew exactly what he was doing. Little nutmeg, opens his body up and rolls that ball into the bottom corner. What a fantastic goal. Del Campo left red face with a little nutmeg and then the cheeky finish. Well done, Hadji Berry.
And now OCB with a 2-goal advantage here on the hour.
No, Hadji Berry looks a completely different player, just full of confidence. That's another goal, 2 goals in 2 games.
Lewis Neal the assist. So maybe a 3-point night so far for Hadji Berry.
Really was.
Who's your man of the match now? Would it be Berry or Edwards with the penalty save? Who would be?
It's got to be Hadji Berry at this point. Yep. You know, he's really played as well as I've seen him play in the last couple of years. You know, really quality first touch there. You know, to have the confidence, to have the ability to just, you know, nutmeg Del Campo on his first touch and then just roll that ball bottom corner. What a great goal.
Every defender has been there, right? Flag is up. So offside the call. 62nd minute. Barry, the team leading 6th goal of the season. So you had said now, making his 11th start, 12th appearance now, 6 goals, a strike rate right where you said you wanted it to be.
Yeah, and you know, with the Orlando City coaching staff here watching the game, it's certainly the time to put in a performance like this.
He's been a handful. Give a little credit too for the play preceding that when Michael Cox was marauding through the area. Good tandem here developing.
And you see, you know, Hadji Berry's not really a lone striker because he's more like a winger or a second striker. He's really thriving off having another striker to play up with and alongside. So he creates, you know, a little bit more space for him, and he buys a little bit more time and manages to get the center backs one-on-one rather than a 2v1 situation.
Well, puts the center backs in a tough spot. Who are you going to mark out?
Yeah.
Bruna comes away. Advance the ball. Schweitzer to close him down, trying to get the edge. Bruna continues the run. Adonijah Reed will run out of real estate once more. Goal kick back to OCB. as Julian de Guzman will make some changes here now. Little double switch coming. So Cito Sione will be one of those to come off, or to enter the contest rather. And also Steven Dos Santos, the man who scored the goal in the 1-0 win against Orlando City back in June. That was OCB's last loss, June 20th at Ottawa. So what are we seeing? Sione, a player you've seen before back in the college ranks.
Yeah, excited to see Cito Sione play, the former San Jac striker. Scored a absolute boatload of goals for San Jacinto, played against him. And he's a talented player from Miami, Florida, but with some Spanish origins. And a very, very good striker, likes to play on the shoulder. He'll play just on the shoulder of the last defender and look to get the bits and pieces around the box.
So Depew, one of those players off. So OCB takes possession in the center of the park, turned around there. Bruna, helped by his mates, Manicio.
It doesn't look like there's a change in system, but
Adonijah Reed, the other player, off for Ottawa.
It looks like Dos Santos will play in that kind of inside right attacking role, inside forward, old school inside forward position on this right-hand side. Almost play like two number 10s in this 3-4-3 system.
Dos Santos from Cape Verde, 27-year-old. Former Rochester Rhino, 17 goals for them, 2015 and 16.
And this game could open up even more now because obviously 2 goals down.
You got to chase.
Yeah, Ottawa have certainly got to commit even more numbers forward now and try and get themselves back in the game.
Arden. OCB settle in and certainly play the counter now. As Neal's on the ball quickly, held by Cox. Rampaging again is the Canadian, going up against his country's side. And it will be cleared out, and corner kick coming to OCB.
Just fantastic there from Michael Cox.
From Calgary, Alberta.
He just carried the ball up there from his own half, from the halfway line all the way up, and wins himself a corner. And you know, the way he cut, you know, the Ottawa defender there, Lefebvre, just at the last minute, almost won himself a penalty as well.
Cox began his professional career at FC Edmonton, 2011 to 2013, made his way to Finland, and then OCB, and had a heck of a debut season last year.
I think you could see this the start of something positive for Cox and Hadji Berry here.
Da Silva curls it to the outside. Berry trying to collect. Campbell there with it. Lefebvre starts things off. Too much power on the ball. Martz will collect, and back to his keeper, Earl Edwards. Timbo. So Edwards bailed out on the handball that was called in the box. Not sure if Timbo will be buying a beverage or a meal afterwards for Earl.
Yeah, Earl Edwards really has been.
Here's what I repay you, my liege.
Yeah, he's been immaculate tonight. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Distribution's been good. Made a penalty save. You know, really a 10 out of 10 performance so far.
And Ottawa continuing to ask the toughest of questions as of yet. The third and final change now coming for Julian de Guzman. It will be Jimmy Chamarsanon. And Sano, 24. And changes have been exhausted here in the 68th. Ellis Hayden. Back to Edwards. Winner of the 2016 USL Goal of the Year award, Sano.
Yeah, good strength there from Cito holding the ball up.
The changes haven't worked out as of yet. Ellis Hayden goes down, free kick.
I think, you can see from this Ottawa team, really, they may have suffered a little bit of what OCB have suffered this year. And their build-up play has been good. They're getting in some good areas, but that final ball, that final execution just hasn't quite been there tonight for them. And you can see maybe that's been what they've suffered all season long, really.
Has to be yet to make a change, but Albert Dikwa off the bench. Sure, Haji Berry has certainly put in a shift. So is Michael Cox. One of those two will likely come out here. Da Silva getting around Barden. Barden, nice recovery.
Yeah, Barden showing he's no slouch. Good pace there.
OCB will have the throw.
Haji Berry just absolutely exuding confidence. Another nutmeg on Barden this time. Almost burst into the box.
Offside, the decision on the field from the VAR assistant.
Looks like Albert Dikwa is warming up and is preparing himself to come on. Exciting young player from Cameroon.
A different approach from the two strikers that are currently in there. Basically a high work rate player, not a finished product yet, but has 3 goals himself. Lots of pace. That one over Barry. Martin Del Campo. And born in Mexico, grew up in San Diego. Da Silva mixing it up here in the 70th. Trying to sneak that one in behind. Wise to it was Martz. Now Neal on the ball to clear it out of trouble. About 20 minutes to go. Held up by Michael Cox. Sends a diagonal ball right to Barry. Inside the 18, Lefebvre trying to get out of trouble. Barry takes it right back from him. Barry again! He's got a brace! OCB up by 3. A 2-goal assist night for Haji Berry.
Well, he certainly got the man of the match performance now. OCB equal their top goal scoring of the season. Haji Berry making that diagonal run into the channel, and he makes no mistake with the finish.
And he's going to be subbed out for his efforts.
He's be happy. Work is done. His work is done tonight. Just beats the keeper Irving with power. Hard and low. Gets his hat trick. Gets the match ball.
Man from Guinea, the 24-year-old now. Arguably his best performance of the season. As far as the final product goes, a 2-goal night, now on 7 goals. Easily in the team lead now.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll be going after Michael Cox's top goal scoring record from last year as well.
4 away from tying that with 10 games to play. Make that 9 after tonight. So here's Albert Dikwa, the Cameroonian 19-year-old out of Soccer Institute at Montverde Academy.
Yeah, so it's good to see Michael Cox. He's done the hard work tonight. Definitely done the hard work, created the space that Haji Berry's been able to exploit.
He's figured in all 3 goals. Now got to work to get the clean sheet, and no problem there as Bruna denied by Edwards.
Yeah, really nice footwork there from Cito Sione, the San Jack man. Maneuvered himself into a good shooting position, and a quick snapshot easily saved by Earl
Sione
Edwards.
Grew up in Spain, played in Iceland the last couple of seasons. Arden, another man who played in Iceland.
Yeah, massive football country. They absolutely live and breathe football up in Iceland, and you know, producing some top quality players. Got some decent leagues up there as well. So
produced a nice run in the last Euros too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Iceland beat England. So story of the tournament. Here's Martz to Lefebvre, playing a high line. It got caught out last time on Barry's last goal. Looks like Joe Gallardo will be the next to come off the bench as Lions in control. De Silva apparently the one coming out.
It'll be great to see Joe Gallardo.
Set to make just his 4th appearance.
Yeah, big time talent, big time talent. A lot of potential. Seen him play in the academy program, and seen him play, you know, while he was on trial here in Orlando City, and he's got a lot of potential.
Just young, 19 years old. So was with Monterrey in Mexico for a little bit. We're coming here to OCB, and former U.S. U17 national teamer. He and De Silva know each other from those ranks, and he spells De Silva now.
He's more of a striker really than a winger, but he can play as a withdrawn forward. And tonight, you know, up 3-0, looks like points are in the bag. Be a good opportunity for him.
And now getting a little testy. And there's the first yellow of the match. And it goes to Steven Dos Santos.
Interesting decision there from the referee. You know, Dos Santos was in possession of the football. You know, driving past.
First yellow of the match on Ottawa, as Timbo did pick up the yellow for the infraction in the box with the hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued to Ottawa number 8, Steven Dos Santos, in the 75th minute.
You can see Dos Santos picks up the ball immediately. When you pick the ball up, you know, you get your hand up to protect the ball, but he does actually have a bit of a lash out at him as well, so he does get a finger in his eye. Jordan Schweitzer looks like, so it didn't look like he was protecting the ball. It was did look like it had a bit of maliciousness about that there, so that's why he picks up the yellow for that.
Entering the final quarter hour now. So 15 minutes from just their second home victory of the season. So OCB, the best road team in USL, trying to turn the tables on their home form tonight. Ottawa's been not happy to oblige. Now Dequa trying to get in behind. So the debut for head coach Julian de Guzman, more inauspicious.
You talk about man of the match. You know, Tony Rocha's influence as well on the game has really grown as well. He's, again, as usual, completed his passes, and you know, when he's playing in this OCB lineup, that's when, you know, they really make this team tick.
Here's Neal. Lots of space to operate for the Englishman. What a ball. Can it be caught by Martz? It can. Martz will try to get a cross away. It goes about 20 rows up in the wall, and it will yield the corner kick, which will burn some time here as Martz turning on the Jets there.
And he appreciated that pass then from his mate Lewis Neal. Good ball. Lewis Neal's weight of pass is fantastic. The lad still got it.
You have to know who you're passing to in that situation, right?
Yeah, to be fair,
to anybody else, that's out.
I think if Martz had been passing that to Lewis Neal, he might not have got there.
Here's the corner. Gallardo will take it, whipping it along that 6, dealt with by those trees for Ottawa. Another second ball. In the air off his line quickly was Irving. So Callum Irving has not had the best of nights.
No, certainly not one to marry. He probably would have wanted to, probably would have expected to save that last one from Hadji Berry. It was, you know, near post. It was hard and low.
Yeah,
but
they hate that, don't they?
Yeah, you want your keeper to save those shots at near post, that's for sure.
Andre Campbell. To head. Schweitzer saying that went out off a hand.
I would say in this 3-4-3 lineup for Ottawa, they need a little bit more from their wing backs. You know, they flatter to deceive a little bit. You know, Barden on one side, Dixon on one side, sorry, and Campbell on the other side, and they just really haven't produced. They haven't whipped in enough crosses, haven't given enough service for the front men, and that's, you know, probably the difference, really.
Well, next home match for OCB will be against the Bethlehem Steel, and we're playing tonight. Coming up the last day of this month, the 31st, right here at Orlando City Stadium. OCB and also the Pride, two teams that have really starting to find their form here as of late. Only need to see the MLS team follow suit. So riding what should be a 9-game unbeaten run, should they hold on to this advantage. Barring a miracle finish for Ottawa.
Yeah, if OCB could find themselves, you know, when they come back here to play against Bethlehem Steel in a really good situation in the league. And
well, they will rise above the line tonight should this scoreline hold. You know, the man downstairs, Anthony Pulis, will be glowing after this performance. Haji Berry putting the team on his shoulders, figuring into all 3 goals tonight. Campbell.
See there's a nice balance about the lineup tonight, and it'll be interesting to see if they're able to keep this same lineup reasonably consistent over the next, you know, 10 games of the season.
Which has been tough for Anthony Pulis when you have guys coming in and out, up and down from the MLS side. And a yellow from Campbell for dissent, most likely. Tough to keep that team the same. Neal, another hard shift. 35-year-old out of Leicester, excuse me.
Oh, he's going to give you
that would be insulting, yeah, when I see him this weekend here at the stadium in the booth. Edwards, no problem, playing center field. Immediately Gallardo on the other end. Wants to make the most of his time, that's for sure.
A good hold-up play there from Gallardo.
Well, he's back on the ball again. This will waste some time. 10 minutes to go. Rocha finds Neal. He'll wait for somebody to come take it. Now we'll make them chase here in this humidity of Central Florida. Dos Santos can't get it. Timbo interrupts. And the Brazilian will come forward. And does have some skill with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, nice read there. Made Dos Santos look a little silly. Pinched it off him, drove up the field. Dos Santos didn't see him coming. That's why you got to check your shoulder. You got to scan before you receive that football.
Cox holds it up nicely. Does the Calgary man. Martz. Lions trying to see this out. Just their second home win of this USL season. It will be their 9th result here at home. That's 7 ties. Just couldn't get all 3 in a lot of these games the last couple of months. I'm sure Anthony Pulis is sick and tired of being asked, when are you going to find the form at home? What is it about playing at home? I think one thing they'll tell you is that when you see, we've talked about this before, Oliver, is that the teams come in here to play OCB. They're coming in to this brand new facility with their devices and their cameras and walking around and getting a chance to play here. They get juiced up to play here too.
Yeah, certainly lots of Snapchat stories going on when the lads first come into this stadium.
So you see, when we get here so early, we get here 3 hours before match. When these teams get here, it's the same video every week. You can just roll it back. As the visiting team comes in, they are all jaws agape, looking around, looking forward to play here. holding up their phones. First-year facility, one of the gems of Major League Soccer. In a much different place when it's full, which is the case for every MLS game. Work to the side. Third minute. Boy, what is it like when you're a player and you're chasing a 3-0 game and all the opposition is doing is pinging the ball around the park and not letting you have it?
Oh yeah, that's the most demoralizing thing you really think of in the game. That's when the Olays start coming out.
Oh, the Olays.
We're not quite there yet, but certainly a good performance. One of the best for OCB of the season tonight. Solid in the back. Create some good goal scoring opportunities.
Yeah, we'll avenge the 1-0 loss up at TD Place Stadium earlier this season. That was OCB's last loss back on June 20th. Have been unbeaten in 8, and it will be 9 tonight, barring the unthinkable. There's Gallardo.
Telegraphed that a little bit. Didn't make a decision.
Bruna. Gallardo puts him on spin cycle. Little help from Rocha. Dikwa.
There's an opportunity.
Now Cox. And the flag is up on Michael Cox.
Late flag there from the assistant referee on the far side. Cox doesn't like that either. As this ball is played through the head from Dikwa.
Yeah.
Maybe difficult from this angle, but might have strayed just a little offside.
It's that extra touch.
I think Austin Martz as a right back has really improved this side as well.
Chance sent across to that near post. Sione
you can
getting
see
a
why,
foot to it.
And you can see why Cito Sione scored all those goals. Wherever he's been, he's scored goals. He's played about 20, 25 minutes here tonight, and he's already got 2 shots off in the contest, both on target.
Now a giveaway, and Edwards to the rescue quickly, trying to preserve this clean sheet. That one off target. Same old story for Carl Howarth tonight.
Yeah,
he's been in good spots, just the finishing boots have not been laced up right.
Yeah, very good around the fringes, finding the pockets, but in his 9 games, 0 goals, and you can kind of see why.
So Cox, good shift tonight, playing 86 minutes, and now Ben Polk will finish it out.
Yeah.
So assess Michael Cox's performance tonight, and yeah, overshadowed by Barry in the scoring column, but a lot of his work is what helped Barry out.
Yeah, Michael Cox is a class young man. Scored a lot of goals last year and worked really, really hard tonight. You've got to do those. You've got to do that hard work as a striker. Sometimes you got to put in the miles. You got to put in the ground, make those runs out in the channels, and create space for other centre forward. And I thought he did a really great job tonight. And another thing about Michael Cox, he plays the game with a smile on his face, and it's good to see the big man smile in the game this year.
Coach Pulis, Coach Valentino, giving him the kudos and congratulations on that performance as he came off the field. On the right side, running out of real estate, is Sano. And we'll have corner kick for Ottawa as time is winding short here. Quickly played. Sano. Howarth to the back post. Great service in. Campbell catches up. And Polk will concede the corner.
It's one of the great things about this league. It gives young players, that opportunity. If Michael Cox is playing and in the MLS, has a good first year, and then things aren't going right for him, maybe he loses opportunity. Maybe that's it. But now he's got the opportunity to bounce back.
Header redirected over the top of the goal.
Yeah, not being quite Gerardo Bruner's night tonight, has he? He missed a penalty. A couple of shots, that header just over the bar there, and he's a very talented young Argentinian player, but hasn't quite come off for him tonight.
Should he hit that penalty? As you know, goals change games. That's one of the more famous sayings in the game. And the complexion of this one's quite different. Now it's a 3-0 scoreline.
Yeah, no, scores that, it's 1-1. Scores that goal, it's 1-1. And are we talking about one of OCB's best performances of the season? You know, maybe we're not. You know, it was certainly a pivotal point in the match, and you know, and Earl Edwards, he's been like that all season for him. You know, he's been absolutely fantastic and first rate all season, and he showed it again there.
I don't know about any Canadian recipes, but the chickens for Ottawa have been cooked.
There's a lot of chickens up there in Canada tonight, huh?
It's a challenge. Rocha. The time Dos Santos takes it away. Howarth. Good stop and start. Nice ball. Read well by Timbo as well, as Dos Santos couldn't quite get there.
I'd like to see the passing stats for Tony Rocha tonight. As always, really exemplary on the ball.
Sano, ball in, trying to play off of it was Sione. Trying to at least avoid a shutout here on the road. Again, they'll play the second game of that Florida swing down at Al Lang Stadium in Tampa on Saturday night. That's not an easy matchup for them either.
It's a tough swing, that, isn't it, for road teams? OCB and then Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Especially
very
when you
tough.
come from the north, right?
Exactly, playing in this heat and humidity. You know, we've been in preseason the last few weeks, and wow, it's been hot.
Sano, read by Martz. Gets the legs moving.
Good to see Gallardo get around him here.
Gallardo's got it. Back to Martz. Now on this left side here. Has Dequel running to his right. He'll just take it into the corner. Smart play from Austin Martz. Takes two to take it off the ball, and it will be a throw for OCB. As we're about to enter second half stoppage time, Alex DeRostang will put up the sign, and it will be 3 minutes to separate OCB from a 3-goal win and 3 points. So 3 indeed is the magic number tonight, Oliver.
Yeah, Austin Martz putting in a lot of work, as you said, trotting back to his right back position.
Callum Irving boots it out of trouble. Possession has swung back a little towards the Fury here as they've chased the game. Still 52% edge for OCB as Polk holds it up. And it will be a Lions corner.
And Tony Rocha probing ball.
OCB being outshot in this one 18-10, but on target 5 times to Fury's 7, but only shaking the net 3 times. That's been the difference. Stats get skewed, though, when the game gets a little lopsided and the numbers get crooked on the scoreboard. In stoppage time, about halfway through. Ottawa looking to build on something from this performance to take with them to Tampa. So they go down I-4. Sano. Cross. Edwards makes the save, and now we'll punch it out a second time, headed out of trouble. And now a second shot, and again denied was Bruna.
Yeah, Bruna is at his own little battle tonight with Earl Edwards. Again, Earl Edwards with a double save. Not the best punch in the world, but great little follow-up save down to his left, because Bruna got a hold of that one. Bruna really got a hold of that one, and good save from Earl Edwards.
Best punch in the world? My vote is Hawaiian.
Might we see the best punch in the world coming up from Conor McGregor in a couple of weeks here?
You think?
I hope.
I think everybody's hoping for something other than a one-sided slaughter, right? There's Sione, and left to be a little desired there. Short time, about 30 seconds.
Yeah, that really, you know, you hate to say it, Bruno's such a talented young man, but it just hasn't worked for him tonight. And that shot there that almost knocked the corner flag over sums up how his night has really gone.
So it will be 0-1 in the coaching career for Julian de Guzman, but you have to think good times are ahead for the Canadian superstar. And there is the whistle from Henrik Karlsson. 3 points in hand for OCB. They all go to the pride of the Young Lions. 3-0 over Ottawa Fury FC, their second home win of the season. It puts them above the line in the Eastern Conference. So great performance tonight for OCB.
Yeah, really solid execution in the final third tonight for OCB. You know, put their chances away. Haji Berry was red hot tonight and really got OCB the 3 points tonight.
9th clean sheet for Earl Edwards and the men in front of him. So good performance all around.
Yeah, and this could be the start of something. You know, obviously that's 9 games now unbeaten. Are they going to be able to turn these draws into wins on a consistent basis? And judging from tonight's night, the answer is yes.
3-0 to the Lions. Oliver and I will put a purple bow tie in this when we come back on USL Match Center.
She must feel. Evans is so calm and composed on the ball. How about that from the Bogle to find her? And I don't know how Evans sneaks that through.
Well, to the victor go the spoils. Orlando City B, all 3 points in a 3-0 victory against Ottawa Fury FC, avenging an earlier 1-0 loss to this Canadian side. OCB moves above the line, now on 31 points, level with FC Cincinnati now. Very important as we see how this game transpired, Oliver.
Yeah, Bruno, very good in the set pieces, creating some opportunities. Big chance there early in the half for Seb Hines. Really an action-packed game, lots of stats. Good cutback there from the young man Reed, and Howarth, again, story of his night. Couldn't really convert the opportunities he found in this game. Michael Cox there, really positive comeback for the big Canadian Michael Cox with the opening.
And Edwards smothering on anything in his way. The big moment would come a little later, though.
Again, solid performance at right back. Austin Martz really making his position his own at right back, attacking from that right wing back position.
And there, see the future of that man, Elijah Reed.
Yeah, a lot of pace and power. A great tackle from Timbo. Timbo again didn't put a foot wrong tonight.
And again, parried away. Earl Edwards.
And here's the goal. Great little trick set play. Schweitzer onto Cox, and just a little flick header from Seb Hines. And do we say that's almost a backflip as well? Is that a Seb Hines backflip?
Almost. Barry, the assist, just starting the night as Hines opened that scoring. So Hines, his first goal of the season. in purple.
Hadji Berry really the man of the match tonight. Here's the debate of the penalty kick. Did Timbo's hand touch that ball? To me, it looked like it was body, but it didn't matter because Earl Edwards, fantastic tonight with the big penalty save. Big, strong hands from Earl Edwards.
Edwards, 9 saves tonight.
Good combination play. Look at that ball from Lewis Neal. And a nutmeg with his first touch from Hadji Berry. Let's see this again one more time. Absolutely majestic. Almost Dennis Bergkamp-like. Can we make that comparison? But well done, Hadji Berry. Best I've seen him play. Really electric from him tonight.
On the right spots. And then again, would not be denied. Race back to the ball. A little nonchalant there from Lefebvre. And near post beats Irving.
Takes advantage of Lefebvre's mistake. And just pace and power there.
Demoralizing for a back line, too.
Yeah. You know, the first 2 goals were, you know, obviously great football play from, great moves from OCB, and then obviously the third one, a little bit of a mistake. But
call me anytime. So a brace for Hadji Berry to go with the assist. A 5-point night from the man from Guinea. As we take a look at the stats, again, 9 saves and a 9th clean sheet for Earl Edwards. Shots in the end in favor of Ottawa, but when you're chasing, that tends to happen, and possession finishes with OCB on top.
Yeah, I would say most of those shots for the Fury did come late in the game. However, you know, you got to give them credit for keeping going right until the end of the game, and they did have some opportunities, and they just weren't clinical, were they? You know, they did have some chances. They missed from the penalty spot. They missed a few half chances. Earl Edwards made some great saves, so you know, just if they can improve their execution, they'll be an interesting side.
Timbo with the yellow in the 53rd on that handball in the box. Ellis Hayden picked up one in the 80th. And Ottawa, Dos Santos picks up one in the 75th. So 3-0 the final score. OCB goes above the line as Lewis Neal has conversation. As we'll see him on the MLS broadcast this weekend, that's to be sure. OCB improves to 7, 6, and 10, move up to 31 points now. 8th in the East, Ottawa drops to 7, 8, and 6. For Oliver 12 Trees, our producer Jim Clark, our broadcast coordinator Eduardo Paveo. I am Jeff Radcliffe saying so long from Orlando. The Young Lions win it 3-0. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.